This pile is getting to be a mess. You know what? It's been a while since we've just had a good old-fashioned dig in the pile, make something out of it, and leave it at that. Let's just get right to it.
What's in that pile?
I've had my eye on this weathered old log in the pile for quite a while now, and I've actually got some footage of where I found this piece of wood. This was a dead standing Utah Juniper tree that the property owner had asked me to come and cut down, and they also asked me to take home all the wood so that I could make some stuff for all of you to enjoy.
Okay, so as you just saw, I got this from the base of a Utah Juniper tree. This one was killed in a wildfire, so it's been dead standing for a while. Now, what I'm thinking for this is I'd like to see if I could do a sort of live edge bowl, something you can place like at the middle of a coffee table, and just put some, you know, fun things, rocks, pine cones, bits and bobs. This will be the top of it. This will be the bottom. So I'm going to be screwing this in to the top. Just kind of play around with some you. I'm kind of just eyeballing the center of this. Yeah. I don't know. I've never tried this before. It might not work out. Let's see.
This is the base of the stump of the tree, so we've got a lot of good stuff to work with here. Going to start by determining the center-ish of the main part of the log here, and then screwing the faceplate right there into the center of that so that we can start to turn down the bottom of the piece.
Is this gonna clear? Is this gonna clear? Oh, oh, this is like so close. Okay, all right, let's screw this on, and now we're ready to go. I'm definitely nervous about this. Juniper is a species of wood that is renowned for splitting, and this is obviously really big and would not be fun to have a piece of it come off the lathe and hit me. Which is a really nice segue. I get asked a lot why I don't wear a full face shield in my videos. And that is because for the vast majority of the type of turning I do, I'm just really comfortable using safety glasses and safety glasses only. This is an exception to that. So I will be using my crappy cheap face shield for this one. But for the type of turning I do, which is smaller pieces, I usually feel very confident to not have to wear this, but I am me, and I'm just a silly, silly boy. Let's get cracking.
Okay, as you saw, this is not a perfectly round piece of wood. It's not an exact cylinder, so we've got a lot of wobbly, lopsided stuff to deal with here, which just means a lot of slow turning, shaving bit by bit until I get the bottom part down to round. Basically, I'm just kind of making this up as I go along. I only know that I want the top of it to maintain the full live edge all the way around and the bottom to be a little bit smooth, more cut down.
Okay, I really don't know what I'm doing here. I know I don't want to come all the way to the top or even that high up. I think I really want to I think this spot right here is about as high up as I want to cut because I want to preserve all of this live edge here, and the live edge obviously is uneven, so as I come up there it'll start to cut away some of these bits and not others. So what I'm aiming to do is just get like a nice smooth transition from some of these points. I'm going to bring this down, the base down even more. I think if we start from a shallower base, I can get this swoop angle in a way that starts to hit all edges of these a bit more. And really, I'm just eyeballing this. I have a vision in my mind of what I want this to look like, but no idea if I can actually accomplish it. So I'm going to keep turning this down, and hopefully we'll get there. It's also difficult because I worry about turning the speed up too high. I don't want to get a crazy wobble. A higher speed is going to get us cleaner cuts, but it's really like wobbly. Wonder if I can get it. Whoa, whoa. It's even moving the... Yeah, see how it's moving the whole thing? Ugh, how annoying. I'm like maxed out at like 500 RPM on this, which is unfortunate because it's just really hard to get a clean cut at that low. This is kind of working.
The profile of a Utah Juniper log is just so unique and unusual. I definitely want to keep that there. It's not this perfectly round log. It's really asymmetrical. It looks wild, just as wild as the tree that it comes from. So I definitely want to evoke that feeling of rugged desert wildness that the Utah Juniper really, to me, embodies. These trees are so fully adapted to survive in some of the harshest climates and ecosystems. They grow these crazy deep tap roots that go 12 to 60 feet into the ground. Allows them to access just really hidden sources of water. In addition to that, they grow these really expansive, wide networks of shallow roots that allow them to suck up any rain or snowfall that might happen. And so yeah, as a result, you'll have these just crazy gnarled, twisted trees that grow right out of the face of red rock cliffs. They're slow growing, they're ancient, they look just wise. So yeah, what I'm making here is obviously going to fall short of capturing that, but that's what I want to feel when I look at it at the end. I want to just see that irregular, funky looking shape and know, hey, that's a Utah Juniper tree. Okay, now that I'm working on the top, again, the main thing here is to just not accidentally take too much material off the top. I want to maintain that live edge, and if I cut too much, I might accidentally remove one of the edges. So what we'll be left with is a perfect partial semicircle and then some of the live edge, and that's not what I want for this particular piece. Now, I did leave myself a big thick layer of that live edge though, so I also don't want to leave too much of it up there. It might just look a little bit too thick. The game here is to just make slow and steady cuts and keep checking on the progress until it looks about right. I'm also not really shooting for a super deep bowl. I just want a very subtle, shallow depression in the middle, enough to make it look like a display bowl and give it some motion, but those tree rings in the end grain look so cool. I definitely want those to be front and center, and for you to be able to look and really see the age of this tree. Feel like you can track its life when you look at the final bowl. And again, I just don't want it to be super bowl-like, so the trick is to just make gradual cuts, not go too hard, not go too deep, and just track the progress.
All right, I'm pretty sure we're all done here. It's like 100 degrees outside. I am sweating like crazy. Only thing left to do now is add an oil finish, watch this grain come alive. I see some figure, I see some curl. We might be seeing our favorite thing here very soon. Going with walrus oil furniture finish. This is a tung oil based finish. It's gonna make this look really good.
And, well, for a real experiment at a style that I've never tried before, I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. I really like that you can see every single ring of the tree in there. I did my best to count them, and from what I can gather, it's about 50 to 60 years old, which with the wildfire that killed this tree happening in 2006 means that this sprouted sometime in the 40s or 50s. And yeah, it's just kind of fun to think about all the events that this tree lived through. I am happy that I was able to maintain the full live edge, because I do think you can get a real sense of the character of the type of tree. Those Utah junipers are just, there's something special. Of course, the warm color is wonderful, and yeah, let's not forget that rippling curl on the outside of the log was quite the hint, and sure enough, at several spots, we've got plenty of Chatoyancy. Only thing left to do now is to set it on the coffee table and add some pine cones, some neat rocks, bits of moss, spruce cones, some hardened pinion resin, more rocks, and some other fun items. And then watch the vibes in the room increase by a factor of at least 50 to 60. Thanks for watching. Make sure to let me know in the comments what you'd like to see next time when we find out
what's in that pile.